And in the meantime, while we're waiting for some people to show up, what have you been manifesting lately? Is there anything you want to see? Anything you've been trying to make happen? Let me know so I can give you some insight on that. So, manifesting self-love and love. Okay. So you've been working on manifesting self-love and love. The best way to manifest love that I've found is by giving love. By being loving, you set yourself up to be a polarity for that which you want, and as a result, you attract it to you. So what I would do is I would start my day every day in a feeling tone first of gratitude. Is immediately upon awakening, start to look for things in your immediate environment that you're grateful for. And then after you set that vibrational state, I would start to right away go into love. What do you love, or who loves you? And start to get into that feeling tone. You can start really small. A fun thing that I like to do is I'll start small. I'll say, think of someone or something that you love unconditionally or that loves you unconditionally. And I'll start to get into that feeling tone for about a minute. And then I'll say, in a moment, I'm going to snap my fingers, and however much love I'm feeling is going to be amplified and magnified tenfold. And then I'll increase that feeling of love, and I'll stay in that vibration for a little bit. And then I'll say, in a moment, I'm going to amplify and magnify this feeling of love 100-fold. And then I'll snap my fingers, and then I'll get into a more increased feeling. And it's funny, usually I start with somebody immediate that I love or that loves me. And then it branches out wider into people that I know, into family and friends, and then wider into my community, and then wider into the world I live in. And then after a few minutes of doing that, I'm in a really high state of unconditional love. And then from there, if you want to take it even one step further, since you're in such a high state of unconditional love, catch the divine broadcast, so to speak. Catch God's vision. This process is called the light visioning process. It was created by Michael Beckwith of the Agape International Spiritual Center. And he's the guy in The Secret, the black guy with the dreadlocks. So once you're in this high state of love, ask yourself, what's God's idea for my life? Who do I need to become for this idea to emerge? What do I need to release for this idea to emerge? I'm working on a new project, so I'm seeing myself successful. That's my manifestation. Fantastic. I'm gonna discuss that in 1 second after I transition out of the love topic. I'll try that. I've been attracting those who don't feel the same, so I need self-love first. So in regards to self-love, this is what the next thing I was going to say, is ask yourself the following question. This is one of my most popular videos, by the way, that I made. Ask yourself, if I fully loved myself, how would I think, talk, act, and behave? Who would I spend my time with? And begin doing that. And then also come up with an image of yourself. If you had total self-love, what would you look like? And start to show that to yourself every day. Your subconscious doesn't know the difference between what's real and what's false. You could have been the saddest, most depressed, miserable person, but if you start showing yourself feelings of you, good morning, of you being filled with total love, of you succeeding, of you doing great, your subconscious is going to say, oh, this is me now. And the more you feel that image, the faster it'll get impressed on your subconscious, and your subconscious controls your beliefs, habits, and bodily functions, and it's going to go to work to manifest them. So show yourself every day, you being filled with love, see it pouring forth through you. And I'm going to use Joseph Murphy as an example. I like him a lot. He has affirmations where he says, divine love flows through me. All life supports me, things of that nature. Hello, and start to affirm these divine ideas, that divine love flows through. You're a conduit for the infinite love. The infinite love flows through you and blesses you and everyone you come into contact with. You'll get into such a high state of unconditional love that people will start to come to you from near and far, and they might not even know why they want to be around you so much, but it's because of the vibration that you're putting forth. And if you're looking to manifest a partner, I have a number of videos. I have a meditation called Tony Namey, Find Your Soulmate. It's on YouTube. You type in Tony Namey, Find Your Soulmate. And I'll walk you through a great process to remove any blocks to finding the right person. And then we'll put you in a high state of love to connect you with the right person. And I also have, if it's in my video track, How to Manifest Your Ideal Partner. If you want, send me a DM and I'll tag you in it after this talk if you're looking to meet somebody. Part of self-love, you eat well, you dress well, you talk gently with yourself, you forgive yourself. Absolutely. Those are huge aspects to self-love. You want to treat yourself the way you would treat a best friend, somebody that you love. You would normally speak so kindly to that person. You would uplift them. Thank you for the gift. You'd be their coach. You would do anything that you can to help them. So be the same way with yourself. Treat yourself the way you would treat your best friend. talk to yourself in nice ways. Say to yourself every day things like, I like myself. I love myself. I like myself is, I got that affirmation. I know it sounds basic. Thank you, by the way, for the fire. I got it from Brian Tracy. He used to say that it's a all-encompassing affirmation. It's a healing tonic to your subconscious. Why he recommended starting with I like myself. The reason being is, thank you, is a lot of people, there's people in your life you love, but you don't necessarily like. So start to say, I like myself. Every day, be like a train. I like myself. I like myself. I like myself. Getting to your destination. Beat this idea that you like yourself over and over and over again into your head, into your subconscious. And what's going to happen is you're going to fall madly in love with yourself. And then if you love yourself, you're going to treat yourself well. You're going to dress right. You're going to take the right actions. You're going to do the right things. And as a result, your life is going to improve and the lives of those people around you are going to improve. And it all starts with just a simple thought. I like myself. I made in some of my most recent videos, I had a saying that I got from Neville Goddard, which was, if you want to drastically improve your life, start by drastically improving your thoughts. And an easy way to do that is just with that affirmation. Start to affirm to yourself, I like myself, I like myself, I like myself, over and over and over and over again. What most people do is they wake up every day and they're just replaying the same day every day. They have the same thoughts, which lead to the same actions, which lead to the same results. So nothing really changes for them. Don't be like those people. Take control of your mind. Your conscious mind is the originator of your thoughts. It's the king of the castle, so to speak. It's the farmer that's going to cultivate these seeds of good into your subconscious, which will bring you back a harvest of whatever it is that you want. So instead, plant ideas of a positive nature into your subconscious. Tell yourself, I like myself. I love myself. I'm the best. I can do it. I like myself. I love myself. I'm the best. I can do it. And watch how things change for you. I want your self-esteem, your sense of worth to be so high that you would never willingly or consciously put yourself in any type of negative situation. I want you to speak with authority about how good you are, about how great your life is, and watch how amazing things get for you. So it's okay to love myself somewhat. Absolutely. I know there's a lot of talk about humility, and humility is great when it's time for you to learn something. For instance, when I'm at Muay Thai, there's times for me to be humble and there's times for me to be great. If I'm in the ring fighting somebody, I don't want to be humble. I want to show my greatness. I want to show my potential. I want to go forward and win. If I'm learning something from my coach, then at that moment, I want to be humble and learn what he has to teach me. So I want you to love yourself so deeply. Where am I going with this? I want you to fall totally in love with yourself. I want you to love yourself more than anyone else might even possibly love you. But once you do, you'll set up a polarity to attract so much love, it'll completely transform your life and your mind. So love yourself, unconditionally. And it starts small. It starts with just liking yourself. I like myself. I like myself. And that small seed, just as an acorn can grow into an oak tree, that small affirmation will produce an amazing croppage of good in your life. And you'll feel so good about yourself, your entire life will change. And it starts just with a simple act of loving yourself or liking yourself. A number of comments came in. I started talking. So let's see. I'm going to answer them as they were put forth. Okay, so let me see. What did I miss? Okay, so someone said, I'm working on a new project, so I'm seeing myself successful. That's my manifestation. I think that's fantastic. You want to see yourself as a winner, as a success. Dr. Fleet, one of my teachers, used to say, conceive of yourself as a success. So every day you should show yourself images of you winning, images of you being successful. What I used to do every day is when I was in sales, I would show myself. There was a chart that showed the top salespeople in the company in Southern California, and I would just visualize myself as number one on that chart. And I would ask myself every day, what does it feel like to be number one in sales? So anytime you ask yourself, what does it feel like, and then you answer that question, to be in total, in perfect shape. What does it feel like to be in my perfect relationship? What does it feel like to totally love myself? That'll get you into the feeling tone of the end result of what it is you want. And by getting into that feeling tone, it impresses this idea into your subconscious. And since your subconscious controls your beliefs, your habits, and bodily functions, it'll go to work to make it a reality in your life. So every day for you, I would ask myself, what does it feel like to be totally successful? What does it feel like for my project to be off the ground, transforming lives, earning me money? And get into the feeling tone. Spend a minute every day. The reason I say a minute is it takes on average 34 seconds for an idea to go from your conscious mind into your subconscious. So spend a minute every day feeling the end result of what it is you want. Ask yourself that question. What would it feel like if I was totally successful and watch your subconscious go to work to make it a reality for you. And then you said, I'll try that. I've been attracting those who don't feel the same, so I need to self-love first. Yes, I think we spoke about that before. And if you're attracting people who don't feel the same, do you mean they don't love you the same or you love them? Let me know what you mean by that, and I'll elaborate on it a little bit further. Good morning. Love the subject. Thank you. Nice. That is great. Awesome. Thank you, everybody. Happy New Year. What do you do for negative self-talk? So this is a great topic. For negative self-talk, there's a few things that I do. First, I found that most negative self-talk originates from maybe 3 or 4 dominant negative beliefs that a person has. And if they can simply change those major beliefs, then their overall life is going to change. So for instance, I'll tell you one of mine was, one of my major negative beliefs was that things are never going to change. Things are always staying the same. So what you do is, this is, by the way, an easy way to overcome limiting beliefs. Grab a pen and paper, draw a line down the middle, and on the left side, write limiting beliefs, and on the right side, write empowering beliefs. And list all of your limiting beliefs. List those major beliefs that have been hindering you. For me, it was things are never going to change. And then on the opposite side, write its positive opposite. So I wrote, I am progressing in all areas of my life. Every day in every way, I am getting better and better, and so is my life. So I have these new positive ideas for this negative idea. Then what you want to do is you want to associate massive amounts of pain to your old idea and massive amounts of pleasure to your new idea, so that your subconscious, which controls your beliefs and your habits, will think, okay, stop thinking this and start thinking this. And so you spend 5 minutes answering each of the following questions. The first question is, what is all the pain I feel by having this limiting belief? So what is all the pain I feel by having this limiting belief? And you spend 5 minutes just writing it out. And you want to make yourself feel as horrible as possible. The reason being is you want to associate massive amounts of pain to that old limiting belief, so your subconscious will stop going there. Your subconscious is trying to keep you safe. It thinks by having this belief and allowing it to manifest in your life that it's somehow doing you good. So you want to flip the script on it. So you want to associate massive amounts of pain, which you'll do by answering that first question, and then massive amounts of pleasure to your new belief. So you shake yourself off so you're back in a neutral or positive state, and then ask or write out, what is all the pleasure I'll feel by adopting my empowering beliefs? So what is all the pleasure I'll feel by adopting my empowering beliefs? And write that out for 5 minutes. How much more money you'll have, how much better you'll look, how much better you'll feel. Really go to town writing out all of the positive things that'll happen as a result of you adopting your empowering beliefs. And then this will associate massive amounts of pleasure to your new beliefs, so your subconscious will cause you to start thinking those. And then what I want you to do is throw away all the stuff you wrote about the negative beliefs. Take those new empowering ideas and repeat them to yourself over and over. Every time the old beliefs start to come up even a little bit, drum into yourself those new empowering ideas. And then what's going to happen is those old beliefs are going to feel so foreign, you'll never go there in consciousness. And every time they start to come up, those new ideas will totally take over. You'll be like, no, that's not me. I'm this now. And that's it. When you're saying affirmations, when you're giving yourself new beliefs, they might feel as if you're lying at first, but you're doing what Brian Tracy used to say is, he said, you're telling the future in advance. So if at first it feels odd, that's okay. You're telling your future in advance. So give yourself time for these ideas to grow. Just as when you plant a seed in the ground, there's a certain incubation period before you can see a growth. Allow yourself time for these new ideas to grow. Take your eyes off your current reality, what's not working. Focus on the inner world, on how good you feel, on the new thoughts you're thinking. And then what's going to happen is things are going to change. Life is going to respond and correspond to the nature of your being, to the song of your soul, so to speak. And things are going to shift and manifest for you in different ways, or in better ways than anything you thought possible. Another thing in regards to negative belief. As you start to get better and better at saying empowering ideas to yourself, you're going to catch those negative beliefs in their incipiency. Before they become really large, you'll start to catch them right away and say, oh, that doesn't feel good to me. I'm not going to think that. This is who I am now. These are my empowering ideas. And say them to yourself over and over again, and watch how watch how incredibly your life transforms. Good question. Hi, Tony. Hello. Our thoughts influence our physical health too. Absolutely. there's a theory called the James Lang theory that says what we do with our body affects our minds, and in like fashion, what we do with our minds affects our bodies. Dr. Fleet, who's one of my favorite teachers, he says that he believes that over 90% of all illnesses are psychosomatic in nature, meaning that they're of the psyche, that our thoughts are what are causing our physical health. But on a positive note, he said that your brain produces such a strong wave of, or what's the word I'm looking for? I almost want to say a gamma wave, just as there's X-rays and there's sound waves and all that stuff. It produces the strongest wave that there is. And so if you have issues with your body, he says that by focusing on an image of health and feeling that and getting into that feeling tone, that will totally change all your cells in your entire body. So absolutely your thoughts influence your physical health. If there's an area that you're having issues with in regards to physical health, I would visualize every day, get into the feeling tone of its positive opposite, and start to see yourself totally healthy, totally well, even if it's the opposite of your current reality. And what's going to happen is either your subconscious is going to go to work and fix it within you, or it's going to cause you to stop doing some habit that's causing you to be in a state of disease or dis-ease. For instance, if somebody's drinking every night, their body's going to try to create health for them, but it can't because they keep polluting it with liquor. So it'll stop that person from doing what's heretofore been negative for that person. Or lastly, it'll connect you with the right resource or with the right person so that you can get well, and that image that you're showing yourself will take place. So show yourself images of you totally healthy, of you vibrant, of you in great shape, and watch how healthy you become. And then, yes, and we talked about this earlier, part of self-love is you eat well, you dress well, you talk gently with yourself, and you forgive yourself. By the way, forgive yourself. Be nice to yourself. Some of you are so mean to yourself. And when I look at you from the outside looking in, I want to commend you for how great you're doing. It takes a lot of courage to go out into the world, to earn your keep, so to speak, to make a real difference, at least in your life and the lives of your family members. So instead of beating yourself up and going into self-regret, one thing I want to recommend if you want really high self-esteem is every day do self-praise. Praise yourself for successes you've had in the past. Do this for at least 3 to 6 items every day. And what's going to happen is your brain is going to become success oriented. You're going to want to create more success so that you can get those positive, that endorphin dump, so to speak, of you congratulating yourself on your success. So every day, at least 3 to 6 items, at least 3 items, but usually 3 to 6 items of self-praise, of things that you did good in the past. Most of you have done so much good, but you're giving yourself so little credit for it. So start every day with telling yourself, what did I do good? What successes have I had in the past? If you have time, write them out, but at least acknowledge them to yourself. And it'll cause you to feel good. Your self-esteem will build, and you'll want to take more positive action. I've been so focused and connected. It's amazing. And man, that's awesome. I'm glad to hear it. Thank you. You're welcome. Thank you for the gifts. And for the fire too. I send you my love. I receive your love, and I amplify and send it back. I love you all. So I should suck my own toes. If you're into that thing, that's on you. That is awesome. Never thought to do that. That is great. Thank you. I used to read all the books. I went to Agape doing really well, and recently hit a huge roadblock. What's the roadblock? Tell me what it is or what you feel it is, and let's address it right now. So it's okay to love myself so much. Absolutely. It works so well if you're consistent. It takes time, but it works. Absolutely. Consistency is key. A lot of people, when they're in a negative state, they're like, okay, I got to get to work. I got to start working on myself to make myself happy and healthy and wealthy. And they'll start to get results. And once they get to a certain limit, they stop. The key is once you want to break through, when you're getting results, that's when you want to be the most consistent so that you'll get even better results. You don't want to just be good. You want to be great. You want to be extraordinary. You want to be the top in your field. So stay on your grind, so to speak. Do it every day. For instance, I have affirmations that I listen to every single day. I listen to them. If I'm in a depressed state, which I rarely am, but if I'm ever feeling down, I'll listen to them and it puts me in a good state. If I'm in a good state, I make sure to listen to them every day so that my vibe continues, so that my default state of being is one of excellence, is one of wellness, is one of happiness. And as a result, I continue to get better and better. So I'm glad you said that. Hello, user Nami. Good to see you on here. So let me know if anybody has any questions on anything. What are you manifesting at the moment? What's showing up in your life? If you're not sure what you're manifesting, just look around your life. What areas are working and what areas aren't working? Those areas that aren't working are areas that you need to change your belief system. You're telling yourself or you're showing yourself internally things of a negative nature. So you need to start showing yourself you doing well, you succeeding. And by the way, if it's too painful or if it's too hard, go and get somebody's assistance. You can see a therapist, you can see a hypnotherapist, you can see a counselor, a coach, somebody who's an expert on the mind that can assist you so that you can get the results you want. Because this is your life. You deserve to. In a short amount of time, you can make a tremendous change in your life and things will never be the same. I've lost my imagination. Nobody can, one, that's impossible. What I would recommend doing is, if you feel like you've lost your imagination, start small. Close your eyes every day and start to imagine things from your past or things in your actual present environment. Like close your eyes and say, what does my couch look like? And see how you can visualize your couch. Or what does my bed look like? And start to just use your memory to recall items. And then from there, as you get better and better at picturing these items that you're recalling, then from there you can use your imagination to show yourself what it is that you want. And an important key point about imagination, I have a few of them actually. One, realize that imagination is greater than willpower. I say this in almost all my talks because it's hugely important. Imagination is greater than willpower. The reason that so many people fail at their New Year's resolutions every year is because they're using willpower. They have a negative idea, this is an idea, in their subconscious of themselves. For instance, let's say someone wants to get in shape. They make the New Year's resolution, I'm gonna get into shape. But their subconscious idea is one of them being heavy set, them being out of shape. They're going to be working against themselves as they try to get into shape. So what they should be doing, in addition to going to the gym, is visualizing themselves and really feeling it, them being in total shape, looking great, feeling great. And what that's going to do is it's going to take that subconscious idea of them being out of shape and replace it with a subconscious idea of them being healthy. And as your subconscious controls your beliefs, your habits, and your bodily functions, over 90% of what you do is subconscious. It'll go to work to make that a reality in your life. Okay, so I see, your life. Yeah, yep. As someone said, your life right now is based on your imagination. Your entire life is based on the ideas and the thoughts that you think. Everything goes back to what images that you have in your mind that you're feeding yourself or that other people have fed you at some point. And if things aren't working in a certain area, change it, shift it, show yourself something different. Show yourself what it is you want. Start to affirm it and watch things change for you. Life, again, it's lived inside out. So let me see. There was another point I wanted to make about imagination. But I think that's a good place to leave imagination. So let me know if you have any questions on anything or if there's anything you want me to talk about. Or if there's anything you want to manifest, if there's an area of your life that you want to work on. By the way, if you don't follow me, please do. I give talks on these type of subjects pretty much every day. I leave some type of video on YouTube. For example, on the first, I left how to set goals that you'll actually hit. I want this year to be your best year. This year should be your best year. If it's not, it's because you're repeating the same thoughts, the same beliefs, the same habits as last year. Change your thoughts. If you need to, change your friends, change your environment. Make radical changes if you need to get your best results. For me, I was willing to, I took a new job, I got promoted. I made a number of life changes and they all culminated into me having what I would think is or what I would deem is a successful, happy life. So start to make the changes first in your consciousness and then in your external world. What ideas are you showing yourself every day? What are you telling yourself about yourself? Be nice to yourself. Tell yourself that I'm the best, that I'm a winner, that I like myself. I look great. I feel great. Every day in every way, I'm getting better and better. I look so good. I get better looking every day. I can't wait till tomorrow. Things of that nature. Yes, you need to be around different people. Absolutely. There's that saying, you're the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. So ask yourself, who am I spending my time with? If you don't have access, by the way, well, let me take a step back. I would recommend first getting a mentor, somebody that's significantly ahead of the area that you want to improve. And you can have mentors for different areas. And then start to spend time with that person. I can't get a job at all. 40 plus applications and not one callback in over 2 years. Any advice? I have, yeah, actually, I have a number of things to say. So you have 40 plus applications and not one. And number two, I had something similar. When I had originally moved to San Diego, it was like I was just running into roadblock after roadblock in terms of getting a job. So what I would do is first grab a pen and paper and write out my ideal job or career and list it out. You know, how many hours it is, what income you're earning, what the hours, the income, its location to you, what your managers are like. Really write it out. Imagine you're making a wish list to God. We're going to use manifestation right now. Then what I want you to do is every day read over your list and see and feel the end result of you going to work. In fact, see the end result of you coming home from work. You know, dressed nice. You look like a professional. You're coming home. You feel good. You had a good day's work, and get into that feeling tone, and then send out your application from there. So from that new feeling tone, that's one. Two, there's surviving, stability, and thriving. When I was in survival mode, when I couldn't get a job, I said, okay, you need to work. You need to earn money. What job can you get right now? So I asked myself, I said, what job can I get? And what do people always tell me I'm good at? So what do people always tell you you're good at? For instance, for me, it's sales. Everyone's like, Tony, you're great at sales. You should do something in a sales environment. So I asked myself, well, what would I like to sell? And I was like, BMWs. I like BMWs. I love the cars. So I contacted BMW, or I contacted one of the dealerships around me, and I got a job through them. So I was in surviving. Then I made sure that when I got that job, obviously it's the car business. It's not the most glorious job in the world, but I said, this is the job I have. I'm going to be super grateful for it. I'm in survival mode. I'm going to work it as hard as I can, better than anybody. And I went within a short time, I believe it was like a year and a half, from new to at one point I won an award for having the highest closing percentage in all of Southern California for my company. So I went from surviving to stability. I started getting good at my job to thriving. Now, I'm number one. I'm earning an amazing income, nearly six figures. I'm doing great. So at first, if you're in surviving, just take any job. Get to work. If you can't find work, start to volunteer. At least getting into the feeling tone of being of service. And if you do a great job at volunteering, somebody's going to want to hire you. Also, there's only one power, one presence, one whatever you want to call it. You call it God, nature, whatever you want to call this divine power. And as you start to sow into it, it's going to start to sow into you. So start to get busy. Don't let your energy stay stagnant every day. Go and volunteer. Go help people less fortunate than you. And as a result, you'll start to get work. You'll start to put yourself in alignment to attract to yourself greater work. And people will ask you. Let me see. I want to make sure I didn't miss anything that you said in regards to that. Give me one second. Okay. Yeah, so let me know if that helps you. But yeah, I would at the least start volunteering. Make your list, my ideal career. Write it out. See the end result every day. Take any job you can in the meantime as you're applying. I would also contact temp agencies. Just right now, do anything. At least you get into the flow of working. You have income coming in. And then from there, you can step into stability, and from stability to thriving. It might not be, for instance, I made a video of Georges St-Pierre. He's, I don't know if you all know who he is. He's a super famous MMA fighter. He's one of my favorite fighters, multi-millionaire world champion. He started off super poor. He was in surviving. He took any job. He would work as a bouncer at nightclubs. He was a garbage man. He had all these odd jobs. But he went from there to stability, where he started fighting and he was earning enough to just focus on that, to thriving. So it doesn't matter where you start. It's all about where you finish. And people never remember where you start. They don't remember the time off that you had. When they see you succeeded, they're going to be like, oh, this person's always been successful. All they remember is the end result. And in the meantime, use your free time constructively. Your job right now is to get a job. That's what it is. If you don't have a job, that's your job. It's to get a job. It's to be of service. So start being of service. Write down people, who are people that I can contact for a job. If you can't get anything, go work at McDonald's. It might be a blow to your self-esteem, but it's okay. It doesn't matter. You need to work. You need to survive. You need to be of service. When I started working in the car business, I had so many successes prior to that. I was a USC grad. I had my own business that made me a lot of money. I had all these amazing accolades. And I was like, oh my God, I'm going to get into the car business where any guy, or woman, any person, can just walk in and start working with day one. And people were like, what are you doing? Why are you in the car business? But I needed to work. I needed to make money. And I was like, all right, I'm going to work this. I'm going to really work it. I worked every week. I worked on average a minimum of 54 hours a week for 2 years straight, but it paid off. So get started and get going. Okay, let me see. And by the way, let me know if that helps you. People that are moving forward, trying to get better. And let me know if any of you have any questions. How can I attract marriage this year? It's a similar process to what I mentioned with the person who's looking for a job. Write out my ideal husband or wife, depending on which one you're looking for. List his or her qualities as well as what your relationship is like. For instance, your relationship is loving, it's kind, it's uplifting. And every day, see the end result of what it is you want. So the end result could be, you're going to sleep next to your spouse and you're placing your ring on the nightstand. The end result could be you at your wedding, kissing your bride or your husband. Whatever it is, show yourself that end result and get into the feeling tone. So every day you're reading your list, you're seeing it, you're feeling it. So you're putting out a vibration, and the infinite intelligence of the universe is going to match you up with somebody who matches the vibration that you're putting out. That's one. Two, every night when you go to sleep, visualize that you're sleeping next to your spouse. When you go to sleep, the last 15 minutes before you go to sleep is some of the most important time of the day. Why? Because the trapdoor to your subconscious is beginning to open, and you can place into it ideas of a constructive nature that it's going to go to work on for the next 8 to 10 hours. So show it images of you succeeding, of you doing well, of you, for instance, you can see yourself sleeping next to your ideal spouse. And as a result, your subconscious, you're welcome, is going to think, oh, this is my life now. This is what's going on. Your subconscious, again, doesn't know the difference between what's real and what's false. So it'll say, oh, this is my reality, and it'll go to work to make it a reality for you. By the way, speaking of sleep, I just gave you all a big secret. The 2/3 of your life that you're awake is hugely impacted by the 1/3 that you're asleep. Most people think it's the opposite. If they have a good life, they'll sleep good. But what I want you to do is use sleep to create a good life. Before you go to sleep, show yourself the images of what it is you want. Sleep in the end result, the feeling tone of what it is you want, and let your subconscious go to work on that while you sleep. You can even give your subconscious instructions while you sleep. While I sleep tonight, I want you to improve my health. Or while I sleep tonight, I will have dreams of a constructive, positive nature. I will wake up feeling refreshed and energized in the morning. Or whatever it is that you want to see. For instance, for you want to get married. While I sleep tonight, I will be connected with my perfect spouse. Yes, sleep to create a good life. Exactly. I will be connected with my spouse. We are totally in love. We have a perfect connection. Whatever it is, however you want to phrase it. And then let your subconscious go to work on that while you sleep. Neville Goddard, he's a Christian mystic and one of my favorite teachers. I got this idea from him. And he said, never go to sleep in a negative state. It's bedtime out here on the East Coast. Oh, you're welcome. He said, never go to sleep in a negative state. He said, if you're going to sleep in a negative state, you're setting yourself up for failure because your subconscious mind, what up, Calm Scholar, is going to go to work on whatever you feed it prior to sleeping. So show it yourself images of you succeeding, of what it is you want, and your subconscious will go to work on that. It's going to say, oh, this is my reality now. And your subconscious is the ultimate supercomputer. For the person who wanted to meet their spouse, it already knows who the best person in the world is for you. So tell your subconscious, connect me with the absolute best person for me and me for them. Connect us in infinite love, infinite joy, infinite peace. Let this be a divine soul connection. And let your subconscious go to work on that. Thank you for the fire. Let it go to work on that and let it create it in your life. Another thing that I want to recommend is type in on YouTube, and this is for everybody who wants to meet somebody. And this, by the way, is super powerful. Type in Tony Namey, Find Your Soulmate. So again, Tony Namey, Find Your Soulmate on YouTube. I have a meditation track. I'll put you in a relaxed state of mind. When you relax, your subconscious is open. We'll see if there's any blocks to, any subconscious beliefs that are blocking you from you manifesting your ideal partner. We'll heal that block, and then we'll put in ideas of you being with the right person. We'll get you into the right feeling tone of it, and then we'll wrap the meditation up. And it's a super powerful process. And so many people have met people after doing this. Someone's going to show up. So again, on YouTube, Tony and Amy, Find Your Soulmate, and try it out and watch who shows up in your life. Write the date down that you do it too, and give it anywhere from 1 to 3 days, and watch, somebody's going to show up. It works like magic. You're putting out a feeling tone, and through the law of vibration, you have to attract somebody that matches up with it. So great question. Let me know that. Oh yeah, and in the meantime, as your partner is manifesting, you want to start your day, I spoke about this earlier, every day in love. Spend some time every day, just a few minutes, thinking of people that you love and people that love you. Spend 1 to 3 minutes a day just in that feeling tone of love, because that's what you're seeking to attract. And as you send love and give love and are loving, that's what you're going to manifest in your life. And if anyone else has any questions, please let me know. That was a great question. Okay, I saw some questions come in. Let me see that. I might have missed them. Okay. I really enjoy baking, and people enjoy what I make. Should I make it into a side hustle? Absolutely. Whatever you enjoy that gives you, whatever you enjoy doing, that's your passion project, feel free to. I used to teach, I make money now from coaching and products, but that was like a side hustle. It was just my love project. I used to get together and teach classes for free and do all this stuff for me and my friends, and then that grew into what it is now. Don't worry, I don't mind you sending me a kiss. Thank you. HR will ask about work, history gaps, and volunteering is great. Absolutely. Okay, let me see. I see a few questions came in. All right, cool. All right, so I think I answered everyone's questions. Anyone else have any questions, or is there anything you'd like me to talk about? If not, I'll just keep talking for another maybe 10 minutes or so on various subjects. So again, every day show yourself images of you winning. Affirm you're good. By the way, I like to do 3 times a day, ideally. In the morning, I wake up, I start my day in gratitude. I show myself the end result of what it is I want, and I get into the feeling tone of it. I affirm my good every day. Then I read something of a positive nature. The reason being is every time you read something of a positive nature or listen to or study things of a positive nature, you're creating brain cells of a positive type. So 1, you're going to be more positive, more loving, kinder. 2, those brain cells are going to vibrate and create your attraction, your vibration, so to speak, and attract you what it is you want. And 3, I'm learning new ideas that are empowering, that are going to have a positive result in my life. So at least spend some time, even if it's just 5 minutes a day, reading or studying something of an inspirational nature so that your life will improve. And then every afternoon, if I can, I like to take a few minutes to just decompress. I'll meditate, I'll affirm my good again, and then at night, I visualize the end result. I do some affirmations again, and then right before I sleep in the end state of what it is I want. It might sound like a lot, but what is like the opposite of that if you don't do that? You're going to have what you've always had, and that's not what you want. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. You want, you're here to make changes. You're here to improve your life. So, spend a little bit of time putting forth some sweat equity, so to speak, impressing your subconscious with what it is you want, and let it go to work to create the life that you want. It's worth the end result. Your life in a year from now. Pardon me, I don't know if it cut me out for a second, but I have a thing on TikTok where after 40 minutes it'll come up, and if I've been on here for too long, and it'll tell me to get off TikTok, so I had to re-sign in. So where was I going with this? I don't know. I've just lost my train of thought. I'm good in the morning and then it fizzles. Yeah, you want to reset yourself every day. I'd recommend doing it 3 times a day. So morning, afternoon, and night. And also that way, so you have different states of consciousness. You have beta, which is your normal state that we're in right now. There's alpha when you're in a state of deep meditation or you're starting to go into deep meditation. There's theta, which is when you're under hypnosis or when you dream at night. And there's delta when it's just total unconsciousness. So if you're in beta, you start to not spend time in those deeper states, oftentimes people will start to go into high beta, which is states of high stress, which you don't want to be in. It's unhealthy for you. So reset yourself 3 times a day. Also, as you do this, it'll remind you of where you're going. Your passion, your clarity, your purpose will be really clear to you. You'll know, like, this is why I'm doing this. This is where I'm going. And so it allows you to not get hung up on small obstacles that otherwise would have impeded your growth. It allows you to really just push forward and create the life you want. And what I was going to say is your life could be so drastically different in a year from now that you'll hardly remember it when you look back at it. And it all starts with the images and ideas you have in your mind. Thank you for taking. Oh yeah, you're welcome. I wanna see you succeed. Growing up, I didn't have anybody who taught me this. I had to go to this person and learn it, and 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 then test it out on myself and test it out on my friends. So it's like now I have everything streamlined for you. So I want to, yes, drastically. We all want drastically different for good. So I want this all streamlined for you, so it'll be as easy as possible. Now, drastically different is what I need. Yes. I was listening to Joseph Murphy. Joseph Murphy is the author of The Power of Your Subconscious Mind. I highly recommend listening to him. He's one of my favorite teachers. And he was saying a change in attitude changes everything. And how do you change your attitude? Your attitude is created by your habitual thoughts. So change your thoughts. It's going to change your attitude. It's going to change your life. I don't want to come off as cocky to people, and to remain humble, my speech can be negative. If you don't want to come off as cocky to people, just don't use high-sounding language. For instance, I have a friend who uses really fancy words all the time. I understand what he means usually, but sometimes I don't. And mind you, I have a college degree. Just use simple, basic language so you'll remain humble. People won't see you as cocky. And another thing that I would do is just take an interest in other people. If you don't want to be seen as cocky, just take an interest and talk about them. And people will love you. They always like it when people are interested in them. They'll think you're interesting, and you'll be the opposite of cocky. Yes, change thoughts. Joe Dispenza. I like Joe Dispenza. I had spoken earlier about, he had an exercise where he would say, what does it feel like? And then you say whatever it is. For instance, what does it feel like to be successful? What does it feel like to be in my ideal relationship? And by answering that question, what does it feel like? It gets you in the end result of what it is you want. And just stay in that feeling tone for about a minute so that idea gets impressed on your subconscious, and it'll attract you what people would call miracles, amazing things of good. And stop trying to, not you in particular, but the people watching this, stop trying to do things by the sweat of your brow. Rely on this divine power within you, this infinite supercomputer. Your job is to show it what you want, and its job is to figure out how to do it. So show yourself the end result. See it and feel it. Get into the feeling tone of the end result and let it go to work to manifest it in your life. I spoke about the other night about how I met Paris Hilton. I put her on a vision board one day, and first day I look at the vision board and I go, Paris Hilton, Paris Hilton, Paris Hilton, and I get into the feeling tone of me shaking her hand. So the first day, nothing happens. Second day, Paris Hilton, Paris Hilton, Paris Hilton, I'm looking at it. I get into the feeling tone of me shaking her hand, nothing happens. I mean, nothing is visibly happening. On the invisible, apparently something is happening. Third day, Paris Hilton, Paris Hilton, Paris Hilton. I see myself shaking her hand. I get into the feeling of the end result. And then a short time after that, or maybe like right after that, my friend calls me and goes, hey, Tony, do you want to go to dinner today? I said, yeah, let's go. So I invited some other friends. I meet my friend outside the restaurant, and we're waiting for our other friends to pull up. And who pulls up in a car and gets dropped off right there next to me? Paris Hilton. Consciously, I had no way of how I could meet her. My subconscious knew if I have this person call Tony at this time and have him go to dinner, she's going to be at dinner, and they'll run right into each other at, 7:45 p.m. And that was what ended up happening, and I ended up meeting her, and what I saw in my mind ended up taking place in my life. So your job is to figure out the what. Let your subconscious take care of the how. See it, feel it, affirm it, and watch things transform in your life. Bruce Lipton, I love Bruce Lipton. I met Bruce Lipton a number of years back, and the guy is just he's a ball of love. I was standing next to him while we were taking a picture together, and he's like, come here, Tony, and he squeezed the crap out of me, and you see me jump up in the picture, and there's a few people who just radiate differently than other people. Sometimes, and I can't do this consciously. I wish I knew how, because I would teach it to everybody. And it might seem like total BS to some of you, but sometimes I'll see somebody and it's as if I can see their energy. Like they have a glow to them. And when I met Bruce, he was like a freaking light bulb. He had just gotten done talking. He was giving a speech at Agape. And so I met him after that. And so everybody has, their own little glow, but this guy was super glowing. So I don't know if it was because he just got done speaking or if that's how he just always walks around. But the guy was on a really high wavelength of love. He's a fantastic guy, and I'm a big fan of his. Okay. Vision board. I need this in my life. Absolutely. 87% of the impressions that you take in come by way of sight. So you want to show yourself images of success, of images of you winning, images of what it is you want. If your life or an area of your life isn't the way you want it to be, take your attention off it so that that area of your life, that energy dissipates, and instead focus the attention on what it is that you want to build, what it is you want to grow, so that that will grow. This, by the way, we think it's our current reality, but in reality, it's actually our past. What I mean by that is thought forms have manifested, past thoughts have manifested themselves into this three-dimensional reality. But as we start to think new thoughts and not get caught up in this, things will shift and our life will begin to change. Or it is changing. So I'm still working on myself. Subconscious mind is a challenge, but I know it's possible. Don't tell yourself subconscious mind is a challenge. Tell yourself your subconscious mind is easy, that it loves working with you, that you're the king and it's the servant and it listens to your orders perfectly, that you give it the best commands and it only creates good in your life, that it only responds to constructive suggestions. So just impress your subconscious with whatever it is that you want. And, so everything, 87%, I read, I need to create a vision board. 87% of the impressions on your subconscious come to you by way of sight. Every morning, I have on my phone, I have my vision board behind me. And thank you for the gifts. I have a series of pictures that I flip through every day, and I get into the end result, my ideal home, of where I'm going to live, my ideal body that I'm working towards right now, my ideal relationship. I see those every day, and my finances and career. So I go through those images, I feel the end result, and then I get to work and make it happen. Do you want me, by the way, to talk about vision boards for a second? I could. I mean, it'll take a minute or two, or I'll just start talking about them. If you want to make vision boards that pop, that really hit, first, put your vision board at a slightly higher angle than you are, at about 20 degrees. The reason being is that when you start to look upwards, your brain will start to go into an alpha state. I'll demonstrate this right now for you. Think of what you had for lunch 2 Wednesdays ago. So what did you have for lunch 2 Wednesdays ago? So not last Wednesday, the Wednesday before that. And as you start to think about it, what happens is your eyes start to go up. And the reason being is that as you look upwards, it makes your brain go into an alpha rhythm. So put your vision board at a slightly higher height than you are, so that as you look at it, your brain will naturally start to cycle into alpha. And what happens is alpha is a deeper state of consciousness than beta. There's a barrier between your conscious mind and subconscious. The reason being is that you don't want every idea that anyone tells you to go right into your subconscious and manifest. You want that barrier there so that ideas of a negative nature don't go in. So when you put your brain into alpha by looking upwards, the trapdoor to your subconscious begins to open, and these images that you're showing it will start to go into your subconscious. That's one. Two, when you look at your vision board, spend at least a minute a day looking at it. It takes on average about 34 seconds for an idea to go from your conscious mind into your subconscious. So focus and really feel the end results. Feeling is the secret. The more feeling that an image has, the faster it gets impressed on your subconscious, and any idea that gets impressed on your subconscious manifests in your body and in your environment. I'll say this again because it's hugely important. The more emotion that an image has, the faster it gets impressed on your subconscious, and the faster, and any idea that's impressed on your subconscious manifests in your body and in your environment. So show it images of what it is you want, see it and feel it for at least a minute, because it takes on average 34 seconds for an idea that's concentrated on to go from your conscious mind into your subconscious, because it needs to get past that barrier. But in this case, as you're focusing on alpha, the barrier is already starting to open, and let those positive ideas get into your subconscious mind. Third, you can also I would recommend putting affirmations on your vision board, and also be sure to put yourself, a picture of you, on the vision board so that your subconscious sees, this is my life now. I know I'm going to earn 9 million. It's inside. I know it's going to happen. Absolutely. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter to your subconscious if you want to earn 9 million or if you want to earn $900. It's up to you to decide what it is you want. There might be more steps to 9 million, or there might not be, depending on your level of belief. For instance, I spoke the other day about my friend. He won the lotto. He won $2 million on a scratcher. And his belief is that God is going to bless me. God is going to bless me. He would just repeat this to himself over and over and over until he put this idea into his head. And then he said he woke up one day and was like, today's the day. And he took himself and bought a scratcher, and now he doesn't have to work anymore. So it's up to you. Just what would it look like if you were at 9 million? What would it feel like? And then from there, take the right action so that you make it a reality in your life. I had an accountability meeting with one of my friends this morning. His goal is to is to make millions this year. And he's going to do it. I know he's going to do it. In fact, he's going to have his best year ever. So to some people, it might sound outlandish what you're going to do, but to you, show yourself the end result, get to work on it, and make it a reality in your life. Or let your subconscious make it a reality in your life. I just got here. What are we talking about? We're talking about your subconscious, law of attraction, all types of positive things. Now, let me know if anyone has any questions or if there's anything in particular you want me to keep talking about. By the way, I'll put up we can do it now. Give me 1 second. Let me just grab a $100 bill. So tomorrow's video I'm making is on money manifestation. So I feel guilty for wanting money or material things. Money is a means, not an end. Absolutely. Money is a byproduct of exchange. So you're either getting money for the value that you're providing in terms of your thoughts. For instance, my friend, he just affirmed that idea. Or your actions. I'm providing a service, and as a result, I'm getting money. Can you show your vision board more closely? I can't zoom it up because I'm on live. Otherwise, I would. But it just has the word success. I have easy ways to get the biggest refund. I had put that up before I did my tax refunds. And I told myself, I'm going to get the biggest tax refund I've ever gotten. Things are going to go great. And they ended up doing it. Okay, so... Well, actually, before I do the money manifestation exercise, I want to talk to the person who said, I feel guilty for wanting money or material things. There's nothing guilty about it. There's nothing you should feel guilty about. Your desire for more money is normal. It's natural. To not want more money or better material things is abnormal. People who tell you you shouldn't want that stuff, one, your desire for more money and better material things is a desire for more life. So that this spirit, you can call it the Spirit of God, can better express itself through you and through the lives of your family and your friends and the people around you. So you want more money. When you have more money, you can do more good. For example, if somebody gets sick and they don't have the money to help themselves, you can help that person. So you want as much money as possible so you can do more good in the world. You're the vehicle for life to express through. So the more money you have, the greater good you can do. Also, money just makes you more of that which you are. A person who's miserable, if you give that person money, that person is going to just be more miserable with money. A person who's happy is going to create more happiness with money. So don't feel guilty about anything. A good book that you should read is Wallace Wattles' The Science of Getting Rich, so that you can get any and all negative subconscious beliefs that you have about money out of your subconscious. You being poor does no one any good. Not yourself, not your family, not your friends, not me, not all of life. The richer you are, the better you are. If you're richer, you can get the right nutritionist to help you with your diet, the right trainer to help you with your body, the right therapist to help you with your mind. You can do so much good. It's amazing. Having money opens up so many more doors of opportunity to you. So it's in your best interest and the interest of everybody around. In fact, I would even venture to say, I should probably make a video about this. Being poor is selfish. So that might sound outlandish, but being poor is selfish. You're only caring about yourself, and you're not going to work and utilizing your God-given talents, capabilities, and capacities to make you rich and to enrich the lives of those around you. So if you really feel bad about it, take the onus off yourself. Tell yourself, I'm going to be so rich so that I can change the world, so I can change my family's life, my kids' kids' lives, so I can help all of those people around me. And that way, money will feel good around you. It'll feel good for you to have money because you're making a positive difference in the world. Take a small, or it doesn't even have to be a small portion. Tithe a certain portion of your income to a positive charity so that you'll know consciously and subconsciously you earning more money is automatically linked to good. See yourself doing with it. But again, you being rich or you becoming rich is one of the most selfless and best things that you can do for everybody, especially yourself. And then just read the Master Key System. Yo, what's up? Good to see you on here. Money's amazing. I love the Master Key System. It's one of my all-time favorite books. It's by Charles Hannell. It's 48 lessons designed for you to do each lesson over the course of a week. And one of the reasons that I love this book so much, in addition to it being just an awesome metaphysical guide, is the author, Charles Hannell. He refused to teach metaphysics until he had demonstrated it himself. I was the same way. I said, I won't teach until I've demonstrated it myself. And he really demonstrated it. He only started teaching when his net worth was around $250 million by today's measurement. And he refused to teach until he had so demonstrated it, and people were really pushing him to want to teach. He didn't want to teach because he still felt like he hadn't demonstrated enough. So I'm a big fan of his work. I highly recommend the book. It'll give you a solid foundation of how to use metaphysical laws. I answered that about my vision boards. Pinterest work as a vision board. Somebody told me yesterday that they use Pinterest as a vision board and it really helps for them. Can you talk about revision? Let me know what you mean by revision. I have some ideas as to that, but I want to make sure I'm saying the same thing so that I can answer that for you. See you tomorrow. Oh, thank you. I'll tell you a story on, so a bunch of things just came in. Give me 1 second. The best way to help someone in need is not becoming someone in need. Absolutely. That should be on a plaque and put somewhere for all to see. Yep. I'll tell you a story. Okay, I just want to make sure that I didn't miss anyone's comments or questions. Money is easy. Absolutely. There's no difference to the universe if you want $1 million or $10. It's all about manifesting and getting into the end result. For instance, here's a $100 bill. What I want you to do is, if you want to take a money manifestation challenge, imagine you have in your hands a $100 bill. You can do it right now, actually. Everybody close your eyes. So close your eyes. Just take an easy, gentle breath. And I want you to imagine in your hand that there's a crisp $100 bill. This $100 bill has come to you in an act of love or in a totally beneficent way. So feel the good for it. Just allow yourself to receive this 100. See it in your hands. Take it and fold this $100 bill mentally and take it and place it into your pocket. So it's in your pocket now. And tap your pocket and feel good about the $100 that you've manifested. And take a deep breath and just breathe in your abundance. So you've felt what it's like to have the $100 bill in your hands. And watch how long life or how quickly life actually goes and brings you $100. Your job is to decide on the what. The universe will take care of the how. I did this exercise the other day just to see how quick it would take me to manifest $100, and somebody gave me $100 like I believe it was like an hour later. I mean, when does anyone ever give you an actual $100 bill? By the way, it might come to you in the form of 520s. It might be a $100 bill. It might be in the form of $100 in savings. The universe will figure it out for you. Your job is just to get into the feeling tone of the what. Now, why did I have you do that exercise? It doesn't matter if it's $100, if it's $10,000, it's $100,000, it's $1 million. It's all the same to the universe. To you, one item might be bigger than another. For instance, I have a friend, to her manifesting $100 is a big deal. I have to another friend manifesting $1 million is okay. It's not that big of a deal, which to me, manifesting $1 million is fantastic. It's great. But if my friend, if he only manifested $1 million, he would have to go and look in his subconscious to see what areas of lack are coming up for him. So it's all relative to each person, but get into the feeling tone of what it is you want, and you can start to manifest virtually any amount. I remember I joined this online forum once for manifesting, and a few of us wanted to manifest money. So we decided on an amount. It was $20,000. And we all got together and we would just visualize ourselves celebrating getting $20,000 every day for a minute or two. And then celebrating that each other person in the group, received their $20,000. And what happened was everybody within a week in that group ended up manifesting $20,000. 3 days after starting it, I received a check from somebody who had owed me money from some time in the past. And it was a few $1,000s. And then the next day I met with my accountant about something, for some issue, and she was going through my taxes, and she told me, Tony, I think I can save you $17,000 on your taxes. And I was like, perfect. So there was my $20,000 that quick. Somebody else, I believe it was his aunt, gifted him with something worth $15,000 or $20,000. And everybody by the end of the week had their $20,000. Now, if I told them to go consciously figure out how they're going to earn $20,000 and how I was going to earn an extra $20,000, it would have been a lot of work and all these steps and all this stuff. But instead, we took the universal approach, so to speak. We used the law of vibration or the law of attraction. We got into the end result of what it is that we wanted, and the universe brought it all to us. And I feel that there's something to when it comes to manifesting in groups, the energy is multiplied. Jack Canfield actually says that when you manifest in groups or with somebody, for instance, if there's two people, it's not 2 units of energy. He says that it's actually squared. It's 2 to the square of 2. And so it's as if there's 4 units of energy. We had, I believe it was, let's say there's 6 of us. So it's not 6 people. It's 6 to the, what is it? The square root, not the square root, whatever it is of 6. So it's 36 people. So that's theory. I can't prove that, but it's something interesting to consider. But the main point is get into the feeling tone of the end result of what it is you want. For instance, I made that video was a big hit on here on how long would it take you to manifest a blue feather. I don't know if all of you saw that. And all of these people manifested or a lot of people, probably 80% of the people watched it, manifested a blue feather quite quickly. And it's no different to the universe if you want to manifest a blue feather or if you want to manifest money. It's all about your belief systems and what you believe in getting, and can get into the feeling tone of the end result. It's really freedom you are wishing for in your mind. Yeah, exactly. Money is freedom. Absolutely. You hit that nail on the head. Everybody wants freedom. You want the freedom to do what it is you want, to live life the way you want, to be who you want to be. And you deserve to be free. Money is easy. By the way, that's a great affirmation. Money is easy. It's easy for me to manifest money. I used to tell myself when I would sell cars, it's easy for me to sell 20 cars a month. That's normal and natural for me. And it's right for me. I'm a superstar salesperson. When people come to me, they have an amazing experience, so they want to buy cars from me. And so things would flow much smoother for me than it would for other people in my industry. I'll make north of US $10 million. Yes, you will. Yes, you will. Don't say I want or I need. It comes lack. Say I have. Yeah, exactly. Oh, yeah, I know. That's why I said when I saw you on here, is for those, he said, I'm reading Master Key System because of you. Great book. I saw you come on here. That's why I was glad to see you on here. So get into the feeling tone of what it is you want. Whether it's a relationship, it's a career, your ideal fitness, more money. Your subconscious mind doesn't care about what it is you want. Its job, it's your servant. Think of yourself as the king or queen, and it's your servant. So it's going to go to work to manifest whatever it is that you show it, and more importantly, whatever it is that you feel it. Neville Goddard said, the difference between visualization and feeling is the difference between failure and success. Don't just show it to yourself, but really get into the feeling tone of it. Feeling is the secret as it gets impressed on your subconscious mind faster and manifests quicker in your life. I did that and I saw 3 feathers, not just one. There you go. So manifest money now and you'll get triple the amount. So be aware of what you're showing yourself, of what you're feeling every day, what your habitual state is as you walk around. Because that's something, by the way, that can hold up your manifestations. If you manifest, a lot of people, they'll manifest in the morning, but then they might counteract some of their good by thinking negative, destructive thoughts throughout the day. Don't be like that. Release the resistance as it comes up. If something negative comes up, switch to the positive. And if you can't, just take your mind off it and go do something else so that you're at least neutral. And then from there, you can go back into the positive. If you can't get to neutrality, then go and listen to somebody like me or call a friend. Go do something radically different. Or I usually would call a friend and then allow that person to help you get back to neutrality or a positive state and then go back about your day. But refuse to stay in a negative state. You deserve to feel good. Just as I said, you deserve to be wealthy. You deserve to feel good. Life should feel good for you. So you want to be as happy as possible because feeling is the secret. Your vibration is what's attracting to you everything that comes into your life. I believe it's Esther Hicks who said, the most important thing that you can give to the world is your vibration. So what are you putting out as you walk around every day going about your life? What images are in your mind that are vibrating out to people? What's your feeling tone? It's really important to be aware of that. Everything in the outer comes from the inner. We create our own experiences internally. Absolutely. The external world is a reflection of the internal world. So you want your inner world to be as harmonious and as beautiful as possible. So feed it thoughts of a constructive nature. Before you sleep every night, show yourself images of what it is you want. Sleep in the end result of it. And your internal life will be so serene and so clean and so peaceful and pure that your outer world is going to reflect that. And people are going to want to be around you. Your sphere of radiation will be one that's so clean and so beautiful. When people come to you, they'll just drop whatever issues they have before they even get into your presence, and they'll feel better simply for being around you. Now, I've been speaking for about an hour, actually over an hour now. So I'm going to be wrapping it up in a moment. Before I go, you're welcome. Thank you too. Is there any questions or anything I can assist anyone with before they go? Yes. And if there's no questions, then either I can close out with a prayer or we can just wrap it up. It's whatever you all like. So, oh, you're welcome. And so I'll probably, by the way, if you don't follow me, please follow me. Also, you can check out, I have my Complete Law of Attraction Masterclass. It's on sale anywhere from $10 to usually about $13 or $14 on Udemy. It's a great value. It's 4 or 5 hours of me talking, 4 hours of meditation. So I highly recommend that. I have my ebooks, How to Manifest Your Dream Life, How Your Older Brother's Guide to Dating, if you need help in dating, if you're a man looking to meet a woman. So I have a lot of resources for you. And these videos, by the way, I'll put on my YouTube channel and on my podcast so you can listen to this. Thanks, man. You're welcome, everybody. Somebody asked, how many times do you do affirmations? Oh, welcome back. I like to do affirmations 3 times a day, morning, noon, and night. I feed my body 3 times a day. I feed my mind 3 times a day. So morning, noon, and night. That way I'm on a continuous track for success. And also that way I don't get derailed as I go through the day and things come up. Go to sleep if you feel like you should be sleeping. All right. Send links. If you click on my bio, there's a link. It says beacons, and then it'll open up all the links for everything. It's all in my bio. Links for everything. All right, cool. So I think I'm going to wrap it up for tonight. Thank you, everybody, for being on the 369. Exactly. Yep. 369. The reason it works, by the way, it's auto-suggestion. You keep impressing this idea into your head. Imagine this is your subconscious. This is the idea you have, and you're just, every time you're doing that method, it's just impressing it until it's in your subconscious. And once it's there, the spirit within, that intelligence within, goes to work to make it a reality. Love your energy. Family rejects me, but I know it's because I have a better heart. Sometimes there's those of us who are into the spiritual path, and we're the black sheep of the family, so to speak. Why? You're seeking to manifest a higher way of being. And by doing that, you're shining light on those areas that they may or may not want to look at. So instead of them addressing the issues that are coming up for them, they instead reject you because it's painful for them. So don't get wrapped up into any of their nonsense. Your job is to feel good, to focus on what it is you want. And what's going to happen is eventually you're going to start vibrating so high that your family members are going to come to you and start asking you for advice. They're going to ask you, what's going on? How do I change this? Or how do I change that? And then things will shift for them, and things will shift for yourself in regards to your relationship with them. So just continue, like you do you, focus on being your best, and your example will inspire them, and they'll either they'll start asking you for advice, or they'll just start modeling what it is you're doing. Oh, and you're welcome. I'm glad this has been of assistance to you. Yeah, I spoke in a previous video about how mediocrity attacks excellence. Some of those people, unfortunately, are at a mediocre level if they're attacking you because you're trying to do good. But usually what happens is, I found over time, they see you doing well, so well, that they start asking you how they can make positive changes to their life. So doing our best is good. Absolutely. Yes. And okay, cool. So thank you, everybody, for this time. I'll be back on, I'm not sure when, actually. Right now I've been doing it just pretty sporadic because I'm working on a number of projects. But if you need anything, feel free to send me a message, and be sure to follow me. I put positive content every day, and it's been a pleasure talking to you. So have a great night, and I'll talk to you soon. Thank you.